I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, and great millstone of Ruel. Peace and salutation, honor, Archimedes, pushing this truth without righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Tazamah the Bar, coming back through the spirit and power Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and through the spirit. I want to do a real quick wars and rumors of wars, a World War III update, basically going in on different articles. Not going to make it real long, but how this thing is starting to escalate. And we know through the spirit and power Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, these prophecies must take place, man. But real quick, this is basically an article where basically kind of like a little truther site on going in how this World War III will take place, man. And it's through the Albert Pike plan. It says World War III is playing. It's like World War III is planned. This war was drafted by the Jesuits and Albert Pike in 1871. All leaders of the Illuminati World War III plan. The war must be formatted and taking advantage of the differences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and leaders of the Islamic world. And this is what you're seeing take place, man. This is why you're seeing a lot of tensions taking place over in the Middle East, man. Because mainly the Israelis want to get into Iran because they know what they had that great soil and that uranium within that soil that can create them nuclear bombs, man. And it said the war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Islamic Arab world, and political Zionism and the state of Israel mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. And they basically doing it right now. They're basically making them pick a side. This is why you have things like the group of friends, man. And basically the group of friends are all the nations that the U.S. has put sanctions on, man. And you can see this thing is escalating and picking up in these last days, man. And it says, U.S., Britain, Israel blame Iran for a fatal drone strike on oil tanker. Tehran denies responsibility, man, because when you look back, basically about 2 weeks ago, it was an oil tanker that was hit, and they're trying to blame it on the Iran. We know this is nothing but Operation Mockingbird, nothing but propaganda, so they control the narrative and be justified of trying to attack Iran and get into the land and take them fields and control and basically set up that Albert Pike plan, man, because that Albert Pike plan is basically enlarging the state of Israel, man, for them gutter rats, man. It says the United States, Britain, and Israel on Sunday all accused Iran of carrying out a drone attack last week on an oil tanker in an Arabic Sea that killed 2 people on board, arising fears of an escalating maritime war in the Middle East. And as Tehran denied responsibility for the attacks, because we know that these damn devils, they always create the problem, reaction, solution, man. They create this heavy propaganda so they can push it in their mainstream media, their Operation Mockingbird, so these Babylonians will they'll be with the foregone out war, man. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, this is nothing but prophecy taking place, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And you should hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. And that's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You should be in the spirit of being troubled, because we understand that this is prophecy that must take place, man. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. The end is not yet, because we understand that this devil has to push out that mark. He has to push out that Marcus, man, the MOTB, Revelation 13 and 16. Then all hell is going to break loose, man. But, hey, this is a rumor of war, man. We can see this thing is starting to escalate in these last days, man. We can see the heavy propaganda. We can see this devil, he's coming down with great wrath, man, because he knows he has but a short time, so he want to justify himself getting in the land of Iran so he can try to bring forth his new world order, man. And it says, this is off Express. It says it's time to act. Israel plans to unleash missile strikes against Iran without U.S. support, man. And why they're doing this? Because the U.S. is their main ones that support the so-called Israeli state. U.S. supports these gutter rats because they have been funding them since they've been in the land of Israel, man. Since they've been on our land, they've been funding them, man. They've been the ones helping them with the propaganda. They're the ones that always help when they're demonizing other country. They back them up. They've been the ones supplying them all these weaponry and things like that. Hey, but they say it's time to act without U.S. support, man, because they understand what? This is the book of Jeremiah 49, Verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and he has purposes that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make the inhabitants desolate with them, man. Who's the least of the flock? Them so-called gutter rats, man. Them so-called gutter rats are going to draw the U.S. into this war, man. So all you ones that went over there, that wanted to so-called want to be for your country and be a patriot, you're going to get drawn into World War III, man. You're going to die, man. You're going to get put to death. And this is when our beloved brother Yahweh Shai, he's going to crack the clouds and make his appearance, man. He's going to make his appearance over in that World War III, man. But this devil Esau Edom, he's doing what? He's trying to fulfill his belly, man, bringing forth his Albert Pike plan, which is part of the New World Order, man, increasing the state of Israel, man. He's trying to bring it forth, man. And these devils been playing this for a long time, man. The so-called Illuminati, man. The ones you call the so-called deep state. They've been playing this for a long time. And you people not paying attention what's going over here, because you getting a bunch of them juices up in your damn system, man. You getting that Vanessa, and you can't clearly see that you living in the last days. You can't clearly see that this devil's about to come down with great wrath, man, because he know he have but a short time, man. This devil knows he has but a short time. It says real quick. It's the book of Revelation 11. In verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly, man. We can clearly see the third world war and the tensions over in the Middle East are continuing to increase, man. All these proxy wars is starting to increase, man. The proxy wars lead to real wars, man, because proxy wars lead to economic wars that lead to real wars, man. And what have Esau Edom been doing, man? He's been putting sanctions on Russia. He put sanctions on China. He put sanctions on Iran. He put sanctions on North Korea. And all these other nations, they're coming together and joining together and supplying each other with different type of weaponry. Why? Because they're a group of friends, man. You can look that up, man. They're coming with a different currency and all that, man. They're becoming a group of friends. And who they're isolating, man? Who they're isolating themselves from? America. Because America has isolated itself from all these other nations by putting sanctions on them, which is hurting these other nations that are supposed to be joint heirs with them. It's hurting their economy. Like what? Germany is hurting Germany, Turkey, all these nations that are allies with America is actually hurting them, man. So what they're doing, man, they're coming, they're joining forces with Russia, and they're joining forces with China and Iran. Why? To come against the beast, man. To come against the whore, man. Real quick, this is our Washington Post. It said Russia is preparing to supply Iran with an advanced satellite system that will boost Tehran's ability to surveil military targets, officials say, man. So they what? Russia's supplying them with all their military might, man. They're supplying them with the military might, because why? They know that they're going to have to go against the whore. They know that they're going to have to go against America, man. And you can clearly see that, man. This is a real quick article off Express. It said World War III map, the 6 places where World War III could break out. And all these countries know that World War III will involve America, man. And that's crazy. You don't see no other country but America on here all the time, all on these 6 places, man. It says U.S. and Iran. It says Iran and Israel. Because while Iran is linked, because Israel is linked with Iran. No, it's like the Israel is linked with America. It says U.S. and Turkey. It says U.S. and North Korea. Because why? North Korea, the U.S. put sanctions on North Korea and told them to stop building up their nuclear missiles. And Turkey is linked with Russia. And when they put sanctions on Russia, that's starting to hurt Turkey's economy. U.S. and China, they have sanctions on China. And China's joint heirs with Russia. So you can clearly see that nobody wants to play ball with America no more, because they say America wants to dictate and be the police state of the whole world, man. And we know that this place is finished. This place, Babylon the Great, is finished, man. This place is done, man. And it's no healing Babylon the Great, man. There's no healing this place, man. Like it says, Russia's preparing to supply Iran with advanced satellite system, man. What you think else they supplying them with? They're supplying them with weaponry, man. They're supplying them with nuclear warheads. They're supplying them with all these different things to help them for this up and coming war, man. Real quick, Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people. The tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the host to the battle, man. And that's talk about World War III, man. It said the Lord of hosts musters the host of battle, man. The Most High is the one orchestrating this thing, man. He's the one orchestrating this thing, man. He's the one getting all these nations prepared for World War III, man. Real quick, Joel 3 and 2. Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather the nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and that means Yahweh's judgment, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and part my land, man. And so it's the Most High that's doing it. He's the ones gathering up these nations, man. The Most High, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, he's gathering these nations up for battle, man, because these nations have clearly did what? They touched the apple of the Lord's eye, which is that's the children of Israel, man. And he's gathering them up to judge them, man. Real quick, Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I will rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. Indignation means righteous anger, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. And the Most High is going to destroy this place, man, with thermonuclear destruction, and also the chariot is going to be zapping and zapping this place and destroying it, man. Because this is the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. It's the will of Yahweh Shema Shah that this World War III must take place, man. And we can clearly see that this thing is drawing closer and closer, man. Though they're not trying to push it more in the media, they push it out with a little here and a little there. But we can clearly see through the prophecies that this thing is starting to escalate, man. This World War III is escalating and it's coming quick, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Real quick. Read it again. Jeremiah 51. Verse 46. We got to read it. Jeremiah 51, verse 46. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land. A rumor shall come both 1 year after, and another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler, man. And that rumor ain't gonna be a rumor anymore. It's gonna be a real war. It's gonna be a war taking place, man. That's what you're about to see, man. A World War III taking place, man. Real quick. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. It's talking about ICBM missiles, man. World War III, man. World War III, man. ICBM missiles, man. And that's what's gonna take place, man. That's what's gonna get rid of this place, man. Babylon the Great, man. That's what's gonna get rid of this place, man. ICBM missiles that you see in the back of Creepy Joe. That's what's gonna take place, man. Them warheads is gonna hit this place, man. It's gonna get rid of this wicked ass society, man. And then you 2/3 niggas that's with this place, you're gonna die right along with it, man. You're gonna die right along with this wicked ass society, man, because the Most High is done with this place, man. And you can clearly see the wars and rumors of wars is starting to escalate in these last days, man, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That's why you gotta keep your eyes single and stay focused on the prophecies, man. Be all diligent to stay focused on the prophecies. Be a watchman, man, and clearly see that, hey, all these articles, all these things is rumors of wars that's going to lead to what? World War III, man. And we can clearly see that, man. So with that, Lord willing, just a quick edifying lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, just edifying. And I want to say, call Holo Yumla, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, the elders, great millstone of the well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim here pushing this truth for our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.